The objective was, just as I mentioned, achieving speed to proficiency at the same level as you would in a full-time model, but also have an environment where it was actually engaging, encouraging, and using some of the AI tools to help us do that. And so one of the things that we notice is that in a part-time model, folks are going to be in a certification experience a little longer than they would in the full-time model. And so how do you keep building on the learning journey from one day to the next? And how do you ensure that, they're engaged? How do you ensure that, we're getting the most recent tools, especially when it comes to learning, and you're doing it all remotely. So our learning is completely remote. So all of those things being thrown into the boiler, as I said, part-time, fully remote. Expectation is that you hit speed to proficiency at the same time as a full-time model. And so one of the things that we noticed is that there were some concerns at the end of certification where we weren't quite hitting the mark, right? We were taking them through the journey, but we weren't quite hitting the mark. And so, doing some analysis, we determined that we needed to change some things in the learning environment. We needed to do more micro-learning so that we can give them bite-sized learning objectives. We needed to create a more supportive environment where they can actually get content based on their performance, and that they can be more self-served, more self-reliant, and in the end, really be able to tap into their own performance. And so instead of trying to figure out, okay, if the performance objective is handle time, where do I need to go? How do I use my course library? How do I use my tools, but ultimately get better from a performance perspective? And so when we took a look at the things that we weren't currently using in the Centrical, we said, hey, check the box on all these areas. If we start using the tool the way it was designed to, we would be able to offer all of those things from the very beginning of the journey all the way through the end of the learning journey, which we believe never really ends. And so that's what we were able to do, to give that more supportive journey, to use AI, to use course library, to give micro learnings, to push content based on where someone was currently achieving and how we wanted them to get to the next level.